All right, thank you everyone for joining us. We're here in Studio 366 right after another live at session at KJHK. Today we have the Lost Keys with us here. How are you all doing today?
Very good.
Really good. Fantastic.
That's great to hear. It was really an amazing performance tonight, and we're so glad to have you in the studio. And we'd love to get to know you guys more. So if you wouldn't mind introducing yourselves, your name, and what your role in the group is.
Let's go with the youngest.
Oh, hi. I'm Rue. I play bass. I'm the youngest.
You're in high school.
I'm
still.
in high school still. Yeah, love playing music. Love being with these people.
Mm-hmm.
All that.
Mm-hmm. You could be next.
Yes, well, my name's Isaiah. I live here in Lawrence, just like everyone else. Sorry to speak for you guys. I play guitar and fiddle in the band, and yeah, that's what I do.
My name's Orion. I'm also from Lawrence, Kansas, along with these guys, and I play the banjo ukulele, holding down the auxiliary rhythm for the band.
Mm-hmm. And I'm Trisha Spencer, and I actually get to be just the fiddler in this band. So.
And I'm Howard Raines, and I play guitar, play some fiddle, and do the singing. And I'm originally from Texas, just like Isaiah, and now live here in Lawrence.
Oh, I forgot that I sing with you.
You do sing?
Yeah, I sing. Sorry. Yeah, I do more than just fiddle.
A little important side. No. Yeah, it's very nice to get to meet you all. So I know that this is a family unit, which is pretty unique. We don't have many families that come into the studio and play. So I'm curious, where does this love of music stem from? Can you trace this back? Because I don't think this started with you guys, right?
No, it's on both sides of our family. The interest in the fiddle and fiddle music and just playing music in general goes back many generations. Trisha's family's been here in Douglas County since 1857.
Wow.
And they've been playing music as long as it's been documented. And Trisha learned from her grandpa and her grandma, and we still play with her dad and with her mom and
my grandma still. My
and
grandma's 100. So
really?
My grandma's
Yeah.
100, and we'll go and sing with her and play with her. And she's actually the one that got me started. But my family had been, they just made music with each other. It's what they did for entertainment. And so I didn't know people didn't do that. So it was something I knew I wanted to do with my family. And so I just learned from them. And Howard had been doing the same thing with Isaiah and his family. They play a little different. It was more parlor music. Mine was definitely straight up old time. And then we met each other and
That's
blended
our families.
Blended our families.
And the music.
And the music, yeah.
Wow.
So,
that is truly, really, really an interesting and amazing story, to be honest. That's really cool to hear. So let's talk a little bit about the music that you play.
Mm-hmm.
Are any of these original compositions? Like how do you pick what you play? And talk about what is being played. I mean,
Well, we have written songs, but that's not really what we do. We mostly play traditional material or just old materials that we kind of categorize things as either tunes or songs, and tunes are fiddle music with no words, and songs have words. And the fiddle tunes, we just find them all over. We learn them from friends, we've learned them from family, we learn them from old recordings that people give us, just wherever we can find them. A lot of them are from right here in this county, which is kind of remarkable because people don't know that Douglas County, Kansas has a history of old-time music, but it really does, just like other parts of the country.
I will mention, though, that the tunes are not just tunes, though. A lot of the stuff we play would be forgotten if we weren't playing them and sharing them with people. You have to think of it as kind of like a language, and because people don't make folk music like they did before, like multiple generations ago,
right.
You could find lots of players in your family because that's what people did for entertainment. But as time has gone on, this kind of thing is not a normal thing, and so to some way our fiddle tunes is a kind of a preservation for both of us, like from Texas and Kansas and Oklahoma, and we study those and then we play them for people and try to get them interested to dig a little deeper into folk music.
You know, we like, I'm kind of going off on your question here a little bit, but
No,
we
please.
we like to teach this music as much as we like to play it, because we know like how much joy it brings us to play this music. And literally, when I said the meaning of life is playing this music, I mean, it really does give your life meaning. I mean, doing any kind of creative act does that.
Right.
But there's a lot to this stuff, you know. There's a lot of history. There's a lot that crosses cultural lines that actually connect us in history in ways that have been largely forgotten, you know, which is really fascinating.
And it's also why it's exciting why they are playing, because this is the next generation. I mean, we love it. We've been doing it for a long time, but the fact that these three behind us, not only do they love it, they have an excitement about it, and they encourage everybody to want to play, and they make it be so much fun. And that, to me, is more than anything we do is what is exciting, because the three behind us are going to carry on this and hopefully encourage you to maybe think about playing folk music, or and share it with people, because it's just really so much fun to just learn this part of kind of American history, because these tunes are really all of ours. It's not ours, it's all of ours. They've been shared for generations. They've just kind of been forgotten.
That's really amazing. I mean, since you have such a unique perspective on the art of folk itself, how do you feel about the current state of folk as you see it now, and what do you hope or to see?
I have to admit that we largely live in the bubble of our old-time fiddle music world, and as that kind of extends into sort of bluegrass music and some other traditions, and we see a lot of young people who are awesome, and they're so good, such powerful players, such great preservationists of the music. And so I feel like generation after generation this music finds a way to survive. There are other things that people may call folk music that I know less about, you know, and that's not to disparage it, I just don't know about it as much, like singer-songwriters stuff.
You know, in this day and age, if you are making any music, if you are doing anything that requires you to put your phone down, to me it's a huge win. Because there's just so many other distractions in this day and age than what there was when we were growing up. So, you know, I don't really get out and listen to a lot of other different music because I'm so focused of my own study and my own preservation. But I'm excited about anybody who is making music, and I want to encourage that, no matter what genre it is.
Yeah, we mostly just listen to old-time country, metal, and punk, and that's about it.
Hey, well, that's. I mean, if you could choose any genres to stay with, those are definitely top of the list, especially for me. I love that. That's great to hear. I suppose. So we've been playing music as a family for how long? As like a family unit.
It's a good
as a group.
story. Can you want to tell the story? We can let you guys talk, because I think it's kind of
Yeah,
cute.
maybe you could say how you kind of got into it.
Yeah.
Like from the beginning, or just
No,
like...
well, from the beginning they were forced to play. And this one was notorious for like banging on people's instruments, telling them to stop playing.
When I was just a wee little lad,
This
I could not stand it.
This
Really?
one spent their first 3 years in a backpack while I was playing fiddle and would headbang while I was fiddling. And this one was in all kinds of bands. I remember your band Purple?
Yeah.
Was that Purple?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was, yeah.
And so they all have done music for a long time, but how we became a band I think is cute, because we started playing with Isaiah, and then we started playing with Orion. He brought in the banjo uke, and then there was some talk that we were going to do a contest in West Virginia in 2024, and this one said, I'll play bass. And so we all worked on 2 numbers or 3 numbers. We had to have 3 just in case we made it into finals. We worked on those 3 numbers, and
We made it into finals and had to use that third tune.
yeah,
Oh wow!
and we got
Second place.
second place
place.
in
Really?
2024, and kind of made us all excited. So then we joined the contest. We did the contest here in town, and we got
First.
first place.
That's
And once we
phenomenal.
got second and first, I think everybody was like, we should be a band. And
Yeah.
so,
And
Yeah.
we went to Winfield, and
yeah, we got to play at Winfield. And this year, Winfield hired us. And so,
Yeah.
Lost Keys were at Winfield this year. And I think in the 2 years, you all have just grown exponentially as musicians. It's been shocking to see them be adults now doing this, and then having their own, like Isaiah's in ARK, the Arlonius Rodeo Kings, and you also play with Captain Howdy.
Play with Captain Howdy sometimes. And,
Yeah.
do some bluegrassy stuff.
Yeah.
That's good.
So
Yeah, well, and these guys all basically kind of grew up in this music, and you know, I remember telling Rue when Rue was really young that someday you don't really have to worry about learning this music. Someday it's just going to come out of you, and that's exactly what's happened because
With all
they've
of
just
you,
heard it
yeah.
their whole lives, and you know, and that's definitely an advantage to like learning this kind of music that we play as an adult is if you've been around it your whole life. But somehow it's just sort of in our collective DNA, it seems.
I'm curious because there seems to be such a passion for this. Anyone who wants to speak on this, I'm curious. Just personally, what does this music do for you? I mean, you would not be playing it if it wasn't doing something for you. Is that correct?
I'd like to know, what does it do for you?
Well,
Gosh, well,
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
say.
It's a bit of a loaded question,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, well, what I really love about this is when this music is all over the country, and we're able to go to different festivals that are all over the country and meet up with a lot of people that I would consider really close friends. That we just get to see once in a while, and then when we come together, it's like we sit, we have a conversation, and just hang out and talk with our music for a while, and then at these festivals, it's so many of these people that are all over the country, so it's all over the world as well. And you have this conversation with these folks, and then you move on and you might have a conversation with some other folks, and you get to share all this music with them, and just it's a really great comforting feeling when you're playing it with other folks. You
Yeah.
kinda just fall into it. It's really nice.
Isaiah's mentioning the old time scene, and that is, I think, probably compelling for all of us, but not most people know that there's this thing called an old time scene where people will gather and camp for 10 to 11 days, and the only thing you do is play tunes and eat food and camp.
There's multiple camps and
Like that.
festivals like that.
They're
around
all
the
they're
country.
all over the country, all over the world, actually. But honestly, this style of music we play is probably the most underground form of music around today because it's basically exists by a thread. You know, it's whereas the reason is because it has almost no commercial value. Because the value is getting together with people and having musical conversations. And that doesn't make big companies money.
That's very true.
You know, so it's like, it's a real thing, you know, like it's real, you know, whereas a lot of stuff is not really so, feels as real. And I don't know, that's why this music is so kind of under the radar. And yet, the people who know, like when you know, and you're deeply passionate about it. There's so many elements to explore in the music. There's not just the musical elements and understanding the instruments, understanding the style, understanding how to play, and understanding music theory. There's also this element of history that connects these tunes, you know, sometimes hundreds of years back, and tracing these through different paths of cultures and parts of the country and people, and it's just kind of fascinating. So it kind of scratches a lot of different itches for a lot of different people, and of course, I know for us, it's like we like all of it together.
Right.
I'll say that I ditto to that, but I want to hear what you guys have to say, because you have been making music with us and you're now in the old time scene, but what are you feeling when you're up there and we do this?
I know that for me personally, playing old time music, and actually just the process of practicing and everything, has been really helpful in like days where I may not be motivated to do anything else, like even fun things that I enjoy doing, I don't feel like I really want to do. And so there'll be occasions where I'll just like pick up one of the instruments and mess with it for a while, and then realize that I've spent like an hour or two doing that, and it's so easy to see the progression of what you do, because you can hear it and you know that if it sounds good, then you're doing better. And so that's really helpful. And because of this music being not rudimentary but so far back that it's so simplified that it's easy to get something that sounds somewhat good. And then you can build on it, and then focus on that craft and focus on like a chef and its flavors, and then bringing that to festivals and playing with other people, and hearing more genres and then tunes that are played similarly but differently, and having the flavors blend, and this music melts a lot of barriers between people, and so you were able to express yourself in the music, and then afterwards express yourself with other people and being like, wow, that was incredible, that was amazing, it was such a close moment that you can have with really cool individuals.
You poor thing, you had to go last after everybody went.
Well, I think, I don't know, I mean, since I've just been growing up, like, ever since probably day one, just been around all this, it's just kind of one of those things that you don't know that you're missing out on it until you start doing it. And I think it feels so good being able to connect to other people about something that I haven't been able to connect to anyone except for like these people, and which love these guys, but yeah, and especially going to festivals, and for me, and playing bass, it's like definitely a very like kind of meditative thing. And so, once you get everything down, you can just, stay like buckled down and just doing simple stuff. But then sometimes you can just get really like, oh, I might try out this fun stuff. Especially just, it's so kind of calming, and definitely when going to festivals, it's like, oh, I'm not the greatest social person, but being able to just play with someone and be like, wow, I just made friends with this person, and all I did was just kind of have fun. So it's just kind of great, and it's truly a unique way to connect with people, and it's just great.
It's the most purest thing I do as a human. It's and especially like what we do, Howard mentioned, it's not performance. It's really about, for me, like the preservation of music and the history of the people who played it before me. And when I share music with people, I feel like I'm my most authentic self. I'm just sharing music, and I'm sharing like this core thing that's inside of me. And it's a really beautiful thing to be able to do that with them now, because it's me, and they're me too. So it's really a very unique experience that I didn't think I would ever experience. So
this is amazing. Genuinely, it's really, really touching and kind of awe-inspiring to hear how much something as I don't want to say simple, but something like folk music, just something like that, can do everything for someone.
Yeah.
It really touches on just, I think music is one of the most important things, and you guys are very much proving that point right now. So it's truly amazing, and thank you for sharing, genuinely. What would you say to someone who's watching this right now and saw the performance or is hearing you guys speaking and is curious, has never picked up an instrument but would like to maybe get into it? What would you say to that person?
Call us.
Call us.
Look us up online. I mean, we try to do so much to encourage people. We all teach. All of us teach. We like to put on workshops.
We travel all over the country doing workshops. We've been to other countries as well, and it's really important, that aspect of teaching and sharing this music. And yes, we make a living as musicians, and we make a living as teachers, but we're also ready and willing to share it with anybody who's interested. Especially if they come with a genuine interest, then we're ready to share it.
We'll barter. We'll do things.
We'll give it.
We'll give it. Yeah. I mean, we do have to feed ourselves, but I mean, we clearly have not millionaires from doing this. We do it because we love it, and if anybody shows an interest in it, we'll bend over backwards to help them.
And I also know that me personally, as someone who's played this music for a while, but is only recently starting to pick up the fiddle, the very first step, which my mom told me, is to listen to the music.
Yeah.
And the more you listen to it, the more you're able to think about it and break it down. And she tells me if you're able to hum the entire tune front to back and know all of the notes that are being played, then it's so much easier to put that into an instrument.
Very
because
true.
once you learn the instrument, then you're like, oh, these sounds are here, and I know how to play those, and I know how the song goes. And then you can put it together.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned this, but none of us are trained. We don't read music.
Oh, wow.
None of us have gone to school.
We're not classical musicians or anything like that.
Or anything. This has been the traditions that we're all playing is knee-to-knee traditions of people passing on information from. It's a language. It truly is like learning another language. But once you...
It's genuine folk music.
Yeah.
Something my father had told me that I think is very valuable is what's really important in this is having guitar backup. I think that's one of the most important aspects of the music. Fiddle and guitar can really do it all. But if you're playing a rhythm instrument, if you can play a rhythm instrument, or if you're interested in learning a rhythm instrument, starting with guitar and like backing up fiddle or just these tunes is a really good way to sit and listen and hear what you're listening to and really think about what you're listening to, because you're following chords and following what the tune does and how it moves. So I think that's really important too. And speaking of teaching, I know that there's like a free Saturday.
Yeah, I give a free Saturday class. It's mainly for fiddle music.
But it has a lot of second theme and rhythm aspects to it.
Yeah. And so I do that, and kind of, our encouragement is because it's so underground, is you just kind of get people to maybe start thinking about it or listening to it. And then we always say that everybody loves old-time music, they just don't know it. So,
We also teach a class at the Lawrence Arts Center.
Yeah.
And we have a great group in the fall and the spring that come together, and we learn this music together, and we perform it, and it's super fun.
And there's lots of jams. There's people who, there's a jam at Beautiful Music Violin Shop, and often we will host jams, and and dances. Dances are fun. Dances are like a great way to like go and enjoy the music, and then see why it's played the way it's played.
And locally we have the Lawrence Barn Dance Association, which if
Yeah.
anybody's interested should follow them, because it has...
We play with them a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We just did a Halloween show.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's about all the time that we have for today. You have been the Lost Keys, and it has been a genuine joy to listen to you play. If we wanted to listen to more of your music, where could we go?
Well, we're on the socials, and we have a website, our duo, spencerandreigns.com, and we are recording an album right now, and it should be appearing on all of our social media and our website, and it should. So
The band is growing though. We've got cool merch. Orion's got a hat. We're all artists as well, so we make pretty cool merch.
yeah, we didn't even get into art.
Yeah, we didn't get into art. We got cool keychains.
Look at that. That's awesome.
So the Lost Keys are still new, but Spencer and Reigns, we're building the band. So, but you can find us there.
Phenomenal. Thank
Yeah.
you so
Well,
much.
thank you.
Thanks, John.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having an
Thank you.
interest in us.
Yeah, and thank you for tuning in to our KJHK Live at sessions. You can find our videos and interviews on our social media page and on our YouTube. Thank you very much.
Yep. Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.